Good day, Dr. Aragones. I am Angeline M. Depocanta, a student of Master of Arts, major in Administration and Supervision. So my assigned topic is all about education mismatch and teacher shortage. So what would be the causes and impacts of and solutions of this topic? So this brings the talk as a full journey, what causing the problem, what the damage it does, and what practical fixes look like. It signals to your audience that they'll live with both understanding and action steps. So, like for example, if um, classroom or the teacher with the students, it is a simple image of a diverse classroom immediately grounds the topic in the life's experience. Choose imagery that shows either an overcrowded room. It shows that ahead of shortages or a teacher's juggling multiple tasks and it is ahead of a mismatch. What are those? It is an for the introduction, rather. The first that we are going to tackle about it is the education mismatch is equal to when skills qualification of teachers don't align with job requirements. Um, if mismatch shows up when a teacher is assigned outside their subject area. For example, if a teacher is the generalist teaching in advanced math, or when new curricular demands in coding is inclusive pedagogy, EI tools, outpace teachers training. So even fully certified teachers can be mismatched if their preparation doesn't reflect current classroom realities. And that's true. Teachers, and the second is the teacher shortage. If there is a teacher shortage, there is equal to insufficient qualified teachers to meet demand. Schools have open positions they can fill, or they rely on substitutes or temporary hires for long stretches. Shortage can be system-wide or localized to high-need subjects. An example, in STEM, specialized education, languages, and regions like rurals or remote area. So, uh, the all of it is growing global concern affecting education quality. So why it says so? When roles stays vacant or filled with underprepared staff, instructional time suffers, student support thins, and remediations needs spike. Over time, graduation rates, readiness for higher educations, and workforce skills are all affected. And that's true. So, and next, what are the causes of education mismatch? Here we tackled about the causes of education mismatch. First, the rapid curriculum and technology changes. So from our into this generation, technology really changed fast rather. Curricula now emphasize digital literacy, data skills, project-based learning, and inclusive practices. Technology. We use technology in when we're making LMS, adaptive platforms, AIs. They are there for us to easily finish our work. So it evolved faster than most per-service programs or school feeder cycles, leaving teachers playing catch up. That's why we teachers really um be literate in technology because we need to catch up in today's generation, which is the alpha generation, what we say. So the second is the lack of professional training or upskilling. So many PD offerings are one-off workshops with limited coaching or classroom follow-up. I'll follow through. Budget, time constraints mean teachers can practice new methods. So learning remains theoretical instead of transforming instructions. The third one is hiring underqualified teachers due to shortages. So why is it? Because when vacancies are urgent, schools may assign teachers outside certification areas or hire with professional credentials. Stopgap solutions solve coverage but can entrench long-term long-term mismatch if supports to upskills is weak. The last one is the misalignment between teachers, training programs, and actual classroom needs. So the universities, schools, institutions, programs sometimes overweight theory and underweight clinical practice. Example, teaching, behavior management, differentiation. Graduates can enter classrooms strong on concepts but light on they want strategies for diverse learners. Next, it is the causes of teacher shortage. Now we are going to the causes of teacher shortage. What are the causes why the teacher shortage? First is the low salaries and limited career. And is it true? If we have low career salaries and we cannot grow in that institution, we really left. Hmm. Compensation often lacks comparable professions and advancements. Example, lead teachers, the specialists, that master teachers. If they have a low salaries, that is accentuated with their um, profes- uh, professional development learning. This is are the scars who poorly were rewarded without recognition and pay progression retention falls. So kapag hindi na um, na-recognize iyon ng schools where you are working at, so the retention or the teachers will be going to another country or to go to another school that can give them the right recognition or compensation or the career growth that they are asking or they are looking at. High workload and burnout. Teachers struggles in instructions, grading, administrative tasks, parents, communication, curriculars, large classes, limited planning time, and escalating non-instructional duties drive stress, absenteeism, and attrition. So this be some of the causes why of the high workload and burnout for the teachers. Rural and remote schools struggle to attract teachers. And it is really true that it is really hard to attract the new teachers, especially if they are new, because geographic isolation, higher living commute costs, fewer services, and limited spousal employment opportunities reduce applicant pools. So it is not that enticing if your spouse in the remote area has no work or they are not employed. So, and it is very costly for us teachers to go day by day, go to school and in our house. So, housing scarcity can be a decisive barrier. So, then last is the aging teacher workforce and early retirement. In many systems, a wave of retirement isn't matched by new entrants. So especially in the pandemic era and health concerns accelerate that exits, creating jobs particularly in high-end subjects. So what are the impacts of this? So the impacts of this is that larger classes sizes reduce student potential. And it's true. If the higher the students is the lower the attention or the attention they can give to the lessons. So as classes grow, individuals' feedback and formative assessment and classroom management become harder. Students needing scaffolds like in language learning, students with disabilities receive less targeted support. The second is the decline in education quality. So mismatch can lead content inaccuracies, weaker pedagogy, and inconsistent pacing. Curriculum coverage narrows to testable basics, spacing out the enrichment, labs, and the projects that deepen understanding. The third one is the inequality, disadvantaged schools most affected. So schools serving low income um, or, ru- uh, or rural communities face the toughest. So they face the toughest recruiting condition, making shortages, chronic, this compounds existing gaps in resources, creating a cycle of lower outcomes and higher cost of turnover, lower student performance and engagement. So from this, the students experiencing frequent teachers turnover or instructions outside the teacher's expertise shows drops in achievements, attendance, and motivation. Engagement suffers when lessons feel rush, off level, or disconnected. Next is what would be the possible solutions? So, the possible solutions of this problem is that give competitive salaries and benefits. So, implemented salary floors and decks the cost of living, add retention bonuses for high need roles, offering healthcare, retirement matching, and paid leave. Transparent pay scales and faster progressions reduce mid-career attritions. So I am proud and glad to say that in my institution or where the school I am teaching is that we have though our compensation or the salaries we be given us is not that high, like in a particular different level, but our benefits is very, very good. We are free in housing, um, free in electric bill, water bill. The transportation is free in our school because we have a free buses that um, reach and go us in school every day. Uh, we have that free medical to our infirmary in and hospitals in Semirara. We also have um, a paid leave. We especially when we are regular in the institution or in the schools, is that we also have um, the privilege to free transportation in we are going to Manila. We can ride a plane in a company plane here in Semirara, which is the Semirara Mining and Power Corporation plane. We can ride that in free because we DWSSII is merged in the SMPC company. So the other is the better teaching training and continuous professional development. Shift from one workshop to job embedded coaching, mentoring, and PLCs use micro credentials for modern competencies. For example, in exclusive practices, literacy, a supportive instruction tied to real classroom artifacts. And is it true? I am also proud that my schools we have PLCs weekly. So we we teachers sharing our own strategies, sharing our own experiences that we can gain from each other a new knowledge. We the schools also provide us trainings for us teachers. We also have the benefits of for us to have a professional development. The school has the scholarship if we are going to undergo to masteral degree to doctorate degree. The school has the scholarship for us. And the third is the policy to attract teachers in underserved areas. So provide housing stipends, relocation assistance, rural services bonuses, and guaranteed induction supports. The quoted word that grow your own pipelines. So para professionals to teachers, local scholarships build stable community noted rooted stuff. So as what I said earlier is that we have that in our school or institution rather. So the next is so next is the stronger alignment between universities and schools. So co-design programs with this districts, longer residences, co-teaching models, shared performance, assessments, and guaranteed hiring pathways, ensure coursework, maps to curriculum standards, technology stacks, and students' needs. So next is the use of technology and teaching assistance. Deploy instructional aids, to manage small groups and routine tasks. Training teachers for high impact and instructions. Use adapted platforms to differentiate practice and streamline grading. Pair with teachers oversight to maintain quality. And next, what would be the conclusion of all of this? The teacher shortage and educational mismatch. So, as this two is interlinked. So shortages push schools to fulfill rather um, rules quickly, which increases mismatch. So mismatch drives burnout and turnover, feeding back into shortages, and one requires addressing the other. So the other conclusion about it is that urgent need for systematic reforms. So what is that? Single point first, one stick, compensation, preparation, induction, workload, and placement incentives must be tackled together and measured with clear retention and achievement metrics. So third one is that investing in teachers equals investing in the future. So a stable expert teaching force improves student outcomes. So strengthens communities and develops the future workforce. Teachers' quality is one of the most powerful in school factors for learning. Then lastly, call to actions. So the government, schools, and communities must collaborate. So policymakers fund and set incentives. Universities or any schools, institutions align preparations. Districts provide support, working conditions, families and community partners reinforce standards. Also, whether enrichments and teachers' recognitions. So that's all for my report in the teacher shortage and education mismatch. Thank you. And once again, good day.